So Kevin, there's been quite a bit of time to reflect on last season and what went on last season as well. How do you reflect on how the last few weeks have gone and the conversations that you've had and the decisions that have been made over those few weeks?
Yeah, of course. It didn't end the way that I wanted it to end. Of course, I was brought here in January with one goal, and that was to get this team out of the league, get them promoted. So, I was as disappointed as anyone because I felt like I failed, and I haven't failed at much in my football career. I'd like to think, I've had a fairly successful career. I was determined more than anyone in this building to make sure that doesn't happen this season. So I got to work literally the next morning after that game once the disappointment had disappeared. It took a while, but we had to reflect. I certainly had to reflect. We had to analyse, and we had to make decisions, and we have made decisions. I.e., we felt we needed new bodies in the building, and certain types of bodies, certain types of characters. And after having a good in-depth conversation with Jeff and Lee, I had their complete support, complete backing to be able to put my squad together that I feel will compete in this league next season again, but not just compete, hopefully win the title. And that's how I'm going to approach this season. And I think with the signings that we've made so far, and I think with possibly another couple that come through the door, this squad will be a lot stronger than it was last year, and it'll have a certain types of characters in it that we'll need when we're going away to tough places like a Lancaster and Ashton, where the pitches are not pretty, the floodlights are not great, and we have to play a slightly different way. So I've been given license to do that. So I'm really, really excited about the prospect of that and starting back pre-season. It's been a long summer. It's been the longest summer I've ever had off, and it's the first summer during a football season that I've never taken a holiday. So I've been working day in and day out with Wes and Lee, watching players left, right, and centre and on Wisecout. So it's been a busy summer, but it's been an educational one for me in terms of recruiting players, which I've never had to do, but I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
When you look at the recruitment so far, obviously 5 new faces through the door, maybe one more to announce this week, maybe more to come after that as well. How pleased are you with what you've been able to do so far, and what do you feel the qualities they're going to bring to the team next season?
Yeah, and I think that's all you can ask for as a manager. Even if we'd have got promoted, there would have still been new bodies coming into the building, and fortunately, there's going to be bodies that leave the building, and I've had to make some tough decisions at the end of last season in terms of people leaving the club. Whether you agree with it or not, that's my decision. I have to make it for that which I feel is the best for the football club. And when you analysed it, and I looked at the games that I was in charge, and I just felt, the balance of the squad wasn't quite right. We had some good players, but I just feel the balance in terms of the style of play and the systems that I want to play just didn't quite suit the balance of the squad. So we've recruited with that in mind, which I think is crucial. And when you look at the players we've brought in so far, the experience that those guys have got, the technical ability, the nous, the know-how. We've got pace as well, trickery, organisation, everything that I felt at times we lacked last season. And the biggest thing for me is we've brought men in the building, and they're the sort of people we're going to need. Like I say, when you're playing away on a Tuesday night, when teams are desperate to beat us because it's South Shields, and at times I thought that affected us a little bit last season. So at the end of the day, it doesn't guarantee that we're going to win, but it gives us a far better opportunity of winning lots and lots of football matches. So the recruitment has been excellent, and I can't thank Jeff enough for that. Of course, the appointment of Joe has been incredible. His knowledge, his know-how is been second to none for me, because I hold my hands up. I don't know an awful lot about a lot of the players in the players we're recruiting, so I've had to do a lot of research, but also I'm relying on other people's verdicts and speaking to other players that know them. But there's no substitute for recruiting players that have got tons and tons of league appearances under their belts. That just tells you everything. That firstly, they want to come to the football club, which is a great advert for us and what Jeff's done here. And secondly, they want to be a part of something that we feel is going to be special moving forward.
You touched on the fact that this is your first chance to really stamp your mark on the team, to bring your own players in as well. What would you say your vision is for what the Kevin Phillips team will look like moving forward?
Well, I think, the way I've tried to recruit is what would I want to be a part of? What sort of team would I enjoy playing in? And I think back to the times, when I played, about what sort of teams did I really enjoy playing in, and what type of manager I enjoyed playing for. I think ultimately the obvious one is, I want to see my team, like we all do, play exciting, front foot attacking football with lots and lots of energy. And that's obviously, anybody could say that, but I think when you look at the squad that we're putting together, it has it in abundance. And I think you can probably see that in the reaction of, the supporters when we've announced our signings. There's experience in there, there's grit, there's leadership, there's pace. Coupled with the players that we've already got here, I think we're going to be I know for a fact we'll be a real exciting football team to watch next year. And I think we'll be able to mix it. We're not always going to be able to play that silky front foot attacking football. At times we're going to have to adapt, maybe go a little bit direct at times and fight for second balls. But I think, as I say, with a balance in the squad, we can do it. And in football, from my experience, you have to learn to win games in different ways. And as I say, with a balance of the team and the players we've got, we'll certainly be able to do that next season.
In terms of the coaching setup, obviously you'd be disappointed to lose John Shaw from the first team coaching staff, but you've got Lee Picton added to it this season as well. How much are you looking forward to leaning on him for his experience as well?
Yeah, of course. I think first and foremost, John, it was a difficult one. I'm assistant, but also a player, and John has chose to play, which I admire him for that. I did say to him when I had the difficult conversation that I've been in a similar situation when I wanted to just keep playing. And if your body and your mind allows you to do it, then go and do it, because you're a long time retired. So that was one of those tough decisions I had to make. But we know it's football. So I've lost a good guy in John, but what I've lost there, I've gained in Lee, who's come back onto the coaching staff, and his experience of this level, his know-how, his credibility of his coaching. I've never seen Lee work on the training ground, but from everyone who's coached with him just said he's a fantastic coach. And I've got great experience around me now that I can lean on, like you say. Lee working with Graham as well, and then being such a successful pair here. Obviously Wes continues in his role, and he's great for me as well. So I think the balance on the coaching side is excellent as well. We're adding a strength and conditioning coach as well, who's going to come in a couple of days a week, Lee Moore, so we're going to get that side right. We're hoping to bring a couple of analysts in as well. So the club, on and off the pitch, are moving in the right direction. So I'm really, really excited to be picking Lee's brains, watching him coach, being able to maybe just step back and watch the players and manage the group. And if we get that balance right, then it should be an exciting season.
You mentioned earlier that it's been a really long summer, but pre-season is really upon us now, just a couple of days away. How key is this period going to be, do you think?
Pre-season's crucial, and we have to use pre-season to our advantage, because as everyone knows, us being full-time, we're able to work with the players day in and day out, and with, as I just reeled off, the coaching staff and the expertise that we will have and the facilities we've got, we should have an advantage. It's as simple as that, and it's probably one of the things I felt we didn't quite have in the second part of last season, in terms of I think one of my first interviews when I felt that we would be the fittest team in the league. We would be running over teams in the last half hour, which we should be, being full time, but I didn't really see it. So I'm very conscious that, and I've already told the players when they left at the back end of last season, be prepared to work hard pre-season. Make sure you stick to your off-season programmes, because when you do come back, I want you fully fit so we can get the balls out straight away. But it's going to be a physical pre-season, but it'll be an enjoyable one, because one thing I will guarantee is we will be the fittest team in the league this season. I think coupled with the qualities that we've got, we should win a lot of football matches. As simple as that. So there'll be no excuses.
And when you look at the friendly games coming up as well, I'm sure that the results won't be paramount in those, but when you look at the tests that you've got coming up, how pleased are you with the programme?
Yeah, I think the balance is been great, and again, it's been a great experience for me. It's a learning curve all the time, having to organise pre-season matches, whereas, a coach and a player, it's generally taking care of it for you. So, speaking to other managers who want to play us, and I think the balance of the teams we're playing in there is crucial, and it's great. You say, results, are they, do they matter? Yeah, they do matter, because the last thing you want to do is lose every pre-season match going into the start of the season. So, we'll certainly, if the players, as I say, stick to their off-season programme, they come back, we've got 10 days pretty much before we start our first game against Barrow, which will be a test for us. We'll be ready for it. Of course, it's a chance. The first couple of pre-season games will probably be 45 minutes each, so it'll probably be 2 teams just to get everyone minutes, because we have to just be careful in terms of injuries. The last thing we want to do now is overwork them and pick up stupid little injuries along the way, and then players are missing a week here and a week there. The biggest thing for me in pre-season, and from my experience, is trying to get through it without any injuries. And if you can do that, then you've got a huge opportunity and an advantage going into the start of the season.
When you look ahead to the season, obviously you've got experience of bouncing back from playoff disappointment in your own career. Are you hoping to use some of that experience that you've got and some of that know-how to pass on to the players?
Yeah, I was very lucky. Every time I got lost in the playoff, and I always bounced back the following season with promotion. So, touch wood. That happens this season. Listen, there's no guarantees in football. We all know that. All you can do is ask for the opportunity, and the opportunity of giving yourself a great chance of winning football matches and getting promoted. Now, I've been given that through Jeff backing me, being able to bring these players in, putting the coaching staff together, bringing in other people to help us give us the best possible advantage. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's down to the players when they cross that white line, how they perform. And one thing's for sure, they'll be well prepared going into that first game of the season. So, yeah, I'll be drawing on my experience, of course, and I think the messages and the direction we want to go in has to be made clear from early on in pre-season. We need to work on our game plan, our tactical side of the game, but I think that shouldn't be too hard, because we've got experience in the squad that have been there, seen it and done it, and with the players that we've already got here, and having worked with me for half a season, they know what I'm after, and we need to do it from game one, and if we can do that, then we'll have a great chance of promotion.
Just finally, there's over 700 season tickets sold so far. The fans are really excited ahead of pre-season. What would your message be to them ahead of the pre-season programme? Yeah,
as you know, again, they were absolutely magnificent last season, and once again, I can only apologise that I didn't get your side promoted. But one thing's for sure, and I made it clear straight away. I was as hurt as they were, because, as I say, in my career, I didn't have many failures. I didn't foul very, very many times in terms of personal achievements, and it hurt me badly. And although I don't do social media, of course, I'm not daft. I know people are saying things, but one thing I enjoy doing is proving people wrong, and I think that gives me the biggest satisfaction, and being given the tools as well to do that. As we've just spoken about, I can't wait to for pre-season to start and the season to start. So again, from the fans' point of view, it's going to be an exciting season. 700 season tickets sold just sums this club up. The fantastic support we've got, and I know for a fact the new players that have signed can't wait to play in front of our home supporters, because, as you well know, when there's 2,500 in here, it's a fantastic place to play football. So, some exciting times ahead. It's not always going to be exciting. Sometimes you're going to have to be a little bit patient when we go away from home, but it's about winning football matches. We all want to win pretty. We all want to win with silky football, but everyone knows football. Sometimes that's not going to happen. It's just about getting over the line. But majority of the time, they'll be excited by the way we play football this season, that's for sure.